Hiya, loves. Welcome back to the Gaily Digest. I am Nigel,
And I'm Joshua.
and in this week's episode, we are back with our usual in conversation. We are going to be discussing phobias. This week, Josh is on S and I am on T. Fortnightly Moans in the Complaints Closet is back, which is Josh's usual favourite spot and favourite part of the show. And that is all we've got this episode. And without further ado, let's crack on with the show. It's time for our fortnightly chat, where Josh and I get together and we have a chat about something. It's in conversation. So, this week's topic that we're going to be discussing is something that I've got a feeling Josh is not going to shut up about. This is something that's very close to his heart. Um, and it's essentially Pokemon and the LGBTQ community. So, Josh, I think this is your time to shine. This is where you could literally just talk and talk and talk, and I've got a feeling you're not going to.
The pressure, you've hyped me up too much.
But the reason I say that is, I mean, Pokemon and the LGBTQ community. Okay, would it be right in saying that amongst the LGBTQ plus community, Pokemon is quite popular. It's quite it's quite a hot topic for people from within the community. Would that be fair to say?
I think definitely my generation, because the 90s were rough for our community, like with the
Mm,
Section 28 and all that stuff. So anything that could let us escape,
mm,
we did it. And personally, for me, Pokemon was a huge escape as a kid and a teen. Because I got bullied a lot for being gay and stuff. So
mm.
I just really was into Pokemon, and it was my little escape and stuff like that. And I've noticed people around my age, well, in fact, about 10 years on either side of me actually, they just love Pokemon just as much as I do.
Mm.
And I always say I think I'm really into like Pokemon and anime, things like that, because I feel like as LGBT people, a lot of us, we didn't really get the teenage years that we should have gotten. I feel like a lot of our youth, we were hidden, so we didn't get to enjoy it the way that we should have. So I
And
think now I'm
do you think
older,
that's
I
because of
kind of,
things like Section 28 and the
yeah,
prevention of
I think we
education?
I think we did a lot of masking ourselves and hiding, and you know what I
Mm,
mean, and not wanting to seem gay for whatever that means. So I think now I'm older, talking from my perspective, I just love being able to just be myself. If I want to enjoy a cartoon, I can. If I want to still watch Pokemon movies, I can. And I think it's something that a lot of us didn't get growing up, because you did have to hide yourself a lot.
mm.
But I think Pokemon really got me through the years. Like I've
What
played every game since the originals.
now? I mean, I've never really grown up with Pokemon. I never really, I'm gonna make an admission here. I never really got into Pokemon, but my nephew did when he was growing up. Pokemon was one of the big things that came out. Pretty much like when I was younger, when the Simpsons first came out, or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles first came out. They were like the massive things that all the kids were into. But for me, obviously, I've got I wouldn't say I've got into Pokemon as such, but I'm more attuned to it and I'm more appreciative of it because that's because of you and Ash, I think, more so because I know it's something that's important to both of you, and I want to learn and I want to understand about it. But what do you think it is that is the appeal of Pokemon? What do you think makes it the big thing that it is? Because it is a big thing, isn't it?
It's really hard to put into words, because it's just it's just like a nostalgic personal connection that I personally, because I can only talk from my experience, but personally
Hmm.
for me, Pokemon is just, it's really personal to me. It just makes me feel good. Like if I'm not feeling great, whether it's my mental health or anything else, if I put on a Pokemon film, I love it because there's so many in Pokemon films. There's a lot of messages like working together, looking after each other, um, being there for other people, people that are like there's Pokemon. This is why I love animals as well. I think when Pokemon are injured, it's your job to protect them and look after them and care for them. And there's a lot of witty jokes, which I think has shaped my sarcasm because there's a lot of
You
you have
sarcastic?
well
Never.
you haven't watched them, but in the originals there was the bad guys. I'm doing quotation marks because they weren't always bad, but they were called Team Rocket, and there was Jesse, James, and Meowth, and James was in drag all the time.
Hmm.
Like he was constantly in drag, pretending to be a lady and all this. And then Jessie, she was always dressed up in like man drag, so she'd pretend to
Hmm.
be a man a lot. And there was
So
always in
basically, like a
disguises.
basic like a drag king and a drag queen.
Yeah, yeah, but James was really flamboyant. Like he served it. He had the wigs on. Even in fact, even at some point, Ash is in drag in some of the episodes and stuff. So it's quite camping bits like that, and I just think it's just such a feel good show. Like I honestly, there's sad
Hmm.
episodes and there's happy episodes, and I love the films, and I just think it's just something that just makes me feel good.
So the way you talk about that and supporting each other, working together, sticking up for each other, defending each other, the campness of it. For me, someone that's not as massively into Pokemon as you are, you just saying that just tells me that there's a lot of queerness in Pokemon. There's a lot of resonation with the LGBTQ plus community in that we stand by each other, we support each other, mainly because we're ostracized from the outside world, from you know whether it be through trolls on social media, legislation that constantly keeps cropping up, the way that we're perceived by people that don't understand what it means to be part of the LGBTQ plus community. Um, do you think that might be why it resonates with the queer community so much?
I think so, yeah, and I think that in the shows and the films, it's kind of like it doesn't matter who someone is or what they're doing. Like when James is in drag, and then when they find out that it's James, because they mysteriously don't know it's James, even though it sounds exactly like him, no one cares. No one cares. They just think it's great. They're like, "Oh God, it's you." They didn't even. There's no. You know what I mean? They don't. They genuinely
Yeah.
don't care. In the shows and the films, it doesn't matter who you are, what you are, what you're doing. Everyone just kind of gets along. Even the bad guys have moments where, at the end of the day, when things get bad and you need to work together, they do work together. Um, and I just think it's just a game that's just evolved and a show that has evolved so much from what it used to be because I've played them since 1998, so I'm aging myself. So a very long, very, very long time.
So
And
since you're about 16, yeah.
ha 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 ha. I was actually 8. I was a little 8-year old opening it at Christmas. But now I get to look at the games that I'm playing now because I've played every single game that's come out since then. I've never missed one. And the way they are now, and they're just you used to be able to connect in the games, in like when we got to like the Game Boy Advance.
Mm.
The Game Boy used to do it, but it was like with a cable to trade and battle and stuff. If you knocked that cable even a tiny bit, disconnect.
See,
So
I remember those days of the Game Boy where you had the game, the
if
cable that connected to the two Game Boys, and that was how you played two-player
you
games.
tapped that cable, that's it. But there
As
used to
soon
be a
as it
little.
came
There used to
loose.
be. We used to do little cheats like when you used to trade. If you pulled the cable out at the right time, you both got the Pokemon. Like it duplicated it.
Oh.
But yeah, that used to build a bit of a community as well, playing Pokemon together. And now the game's online now, like Pokopia, you can
Mm.
just connect. You can connect with people all over the world. You can connect to friends when they're not with you. You can chat on it. they just feel so much more immersive and connected
Yeah.
than
See,
even more so now.
I mean, you bring up Pokopia. Pokopia is, I think, what's drawn me in a bit more to the Pokemon world because that's actually my first Pokemon game that I've got, and thanks to you and Ash,
I knew you'd
obviously.
like it.
And I think what I like about it, I mean, I like games like Animal Crossing. I like the whole building worlds, building towns, building villages, those kinds of immersive games where you can do those little tasks, challenges, and stuff like that, and things that where it's not just a game that you do a number of levels and that's it, and then that's the end, game over. It's the type of game that could just go on. You could go on playing it for years and years and years because it's just a constant world that's just building up and up and up, and there's always new challenges they're throwing in. It's almost like it's a game with no end unless you destroy your world or
To be
unless.
fair, I will say this game it's completely blew my mind and my expectations out of the water. Like I am, it is humongous game. I don't even think that I'm going to be able to finish this or do everything I want to do in like a year. I feel like I am going to be
Mm,
playing this endlessly because they could add DLC, new Pokemon, events where you work together, things like that. It's going to be endless.
I mean,
Um,
I've noticed so many people that I'm friends with on the Switch.
yeah, as soon as I turn my Switch on, it's constantly popping up at the start. They're
It
playing
is,
this.
it is, it is. Most. If I go onto my friends list and see who's online, most of them, if not all of them, are playing Pokemon Pokopia.
See, it's the gays, Pokemon. They're
It
obsessed.
is, it is, it is. But it does make. I mean, do you think now that we've got a game where it's so immersive in that you become part of that world and you're building habitats, you're creating things for your Pokemon, you're finding new Pokemon, you're catching them, and this, that, and the other. Do you think that's helping our community sort of immerse themselves into an escapist realm, so to speak?
Well, I think those kind of games are always brilliant because I don't know about you, but I feel like our community tends to have quite a high amount of mental health
Mm,
problems because of all the crap we've had to put up with. So having a nice little escape is pretty good. And this kind of game, because Animal Crossing was basically that, it got me through lockdown basically. But this is what Animal Crossing should have been. It is just huge, and I think especially now because some people aren't into the main Pokemon games, which I get because they are nothing like this. They're completely
mm.
different. Um, this kind of bridged a gap now, I think, to bring in a lot more people into Pokemon because this is like nothing that's ever been done
It certainly
in
brought me
Pokemon.
into it. Certainly
Yeah,
brought me into it.
like I don't feel like you'd enjoy the main games because there's a lot of battling and trying to do gyms and all this kind of stuff. But
Mm.
this one's completely different. It's chilled. It's you can invite people over and work together and build things and just complete. You literally it's just your imagination that is the ending basically. The limit is just your imagination because you can do anything on it. You can break block mountains. You can build a mountain. You can make a volcano. There's literally it's just endless. And
You can
I'm
make a
just
volcano
really
and you can make a volcano and it'll erupt and destroy your island.
yes. But I just think that it's a huge part of my identity. I adore Pokemon. Even and Ash as well. We've both got tattoos of Pokemon. I've got Pokemon memorabilia, signed things all over the house. And I just think it is a big part of our community. And I just think that it was an escape for me personally when I was growing up and having a rough time at school. And I didn't have many friends, but it kind of did help me get some friends because it was a bit of
Mm,
people did enjoy Pokemon. It was still seen as a nerdy thing, but
mm,
I did make friends through it because you could connect with them and say, "Oh, do you want to trade this for this?" And do you know what I mean? Work together.
mm.
And I
So
do think that's
would it be fair to say that Pokemon sort of got cult status?
oh, definitely.
Yeah, because I do find that things that sort of have that cult status, that have that like that massive following, people do make a lot of friends through things like that, especially people coming from similar backgrounds or similar communities as well. I mean, prime examples are things like Doctor Who, um, Red Dwarf.
To be fair, I would say Pokemon to me is what Doctor Who is to you. That's my easiest way for me to let you understand.
Yeah,
But like
massive.
you know how I don't like talking to strangers at all. Like anyone I don't know, I don't like talking to them because I'm really socially awkward and anxious. But if someone talks to me about Pokemon, I don't know what it is, I can just talk to them.
It's because of the relatability, I suppose.
Yeah, so if someone spoke to me about Pokemon, like they actually knew about it, I can just talk to them about everything and all about it, and just feel really comfortable talking about it. And that's quite a big deal for me because I just don't like talking to people in general.
Well, it's like you mentioned your tattoos. When we've been out together, there has been the odd person that has occasionally, on the odd occasion, complimented you on your Pokemon tattoo.
That happens more to Ash. Ash has always been asked to get his leg out because he's got a whole leg sleeve. As soon as they see it, when he's got shorts on, they're like, "Oh, is that Pokemon?" And then he lifts his leg up. He loves it. Lifts his shorts up, flashes it off. Everybody loves it. But yeah.
But and going back to sort of how they complimented you, obviously because of your social awkwardness, I've seen how that sort of brought you out of your shell, and you've been open and comfortable talking about it. So I get where you're coming from. I get what you're saying, that it's one of those things that does help to identify with people, relate to people. But
I think you would enjoy the films though. The Pokemon films, the sass, you will see where I got my sarcasm from growing up because Team Rocket's the sarcasm and the sass, and they have really cheesy jokes that are really shady. And honestly, at least once a year I will watch through them all. I love them. And my favorite Pokemon, Shaman, because that's my handle on all my socials. The film with Shaman in it. If I was a Pokemon, the personality would be Shaman. I'm not going to tell you why. I'm going to wait till you watch the film, and you will say that Pokemon is you.
I'll have to see it then. I'll have to see it. But I mean, obviously you've spoken about your why Pokemon is such a big thing to you, why it's so important to you. I think we'd be interested, if people want to leave comments on the socials or under the YouTube video of this, if they want to make comment of why Pokemon is such a big thing to them. I think it'd be interesting to hear that, and it would be interesting to sort of hear the different views of why Pokemon is so popular amongst the LGBTQ plus community, and why it relates to them as well.
Well, I know our one of our listeners, Ben, he loves Pokemon just as much as me and Ash. So I'd like to hear his comments, see how he got into Pokemon, and if it was his escape.
Now this is where we're going to catch him out, because obviously he's one of our favourite listeners.
We'll know if you've listened now, Ben.
Yeah, exactly. If he hasn't, he won't have commented. He won't have commented. So
you lose your status as top fan.
Yes, Ben, be listening. After that great little segment about Pokemon and the queer community, we are now moving on to Guess the Phobias. So this week Josh is doing S and I am doing T. Josh, go on.
Yes.
Hit me with them. Not literally.
You're too far away. Right, my first one.
Go on.
So, you ready for this one?
Go on.
Sesquippedalophobia.
So what?
Sesquippedalophobia. Sesquippedalophobia.
Sesquip. Fear of.
It's an ironic one.
Sesquippedalophobia.
Yeah.
Fear of people called Adele.
No, that was terrible. Guess.
Fear of squids. Fear of octopuses.
No. Do you want me to tell you?
Go on.
It's a fear of long words. See, this is why I said these. Sometimes they're just cruel.
Okay, so my first one. Trypanophobia.
Try fear of three
A
or
fan.
three, a fear of three or more pans on the
No,
cooker at once. I
no,
wasn't finished
no.
guessing then.
No. Trypanophobia. Trypano phobia.
TR. You sure it's not trypophobia?
Nope.
Trypanophobia.
It might be trypanophobia. Trypanophobia.
Fear of tripping over pans.
No,
Fear of tripping.
no.
Don't know.
Fear of needles.
Oh.
It's quite a common fear, really, isn't it?
I don't think
Yeah.
anybody wants to get stabbed with a needle, to be honest. Although
What's
some
your
probably
next?
do.
Well, unless you're getting your vaccines or boosters or anything like that, or
Right,
blood
this one.
tests.
Socerophobia.
So serophobia.
Yep. It's with a C at the third letter. So it's so, and then with a C, serophobia.
Absolutely no idea.
I think a lot of us
Not
have this.
fear of I don't know. Go on.
Fear of in-laws.
Fear of in-laws.
Yeah. Imagine having
Yeah,
that fear. You can't come over. Sorry, I've got an actual diagnosed phobia. You can't come in.
it's a good excuse, isn't it? It's a very good
Yeah,
excuse.
it is.
Okay. Thanatophobia.
Well, that's going to be like a fear of the alphabet.
Nope.
Numbers.
Nope.
Oh, a fear of phones.
Nope.
Oh,
Thanatophobia.
oh, Fana. I'm thinking of a
No,
P.
no.
Yeah.
It's beginning with T.
Oh, I don't
Thanato.
know. If it's more than 30 seconds, I forgot. Right. Fanat. Fanat.
Thanatophobia. Like you got a
Fear of
lift.
gnats.
No.
I don't know.
Fear of death.
What does that? That makes no sense. Oh my god. Right. My last one.
Go on.
Syngenosophobia.
Singe. Fear
Syngenosophobia.
fear of genetics or something like that.
Oh, you close.
Fear of synthesizing things.
That took a turn of sexualness.
No, synthesizing. Like
That's
you
what you want to call it,
synthesize
Nigel. It's down to you.
synthesize genetics.
I'm just synthesizing. Shall I let you know what it is?
Go on.
It's a fear of your relatives.
Oh,
Now, I do have that for some of mine, so
fair enough. Hopefully they're not listening.
oh no, they probably don't know how to turn on a computer.
Okay. My last one, tachophobia.
Fear of blue tack. Don't know why I
No,
went to blue tack.
no,
Fear of tax.
tachophobia.
Oh, it's probably something to do with your heart. Fear of a heart attack.
No,
Or fear of your own heartbeat.
no.
Oh.
Th- I would say think of I see where you're going with this with sort of tachycardia stuff like
Oh,
that.
a
I see where
fear
you're
of
going with
tacky
that.
stuff.
No,
No. Well, we know one of our guests we've had on before, Simon, doesn't have that.
no.
We've had this convo. I've had this convo with him before that he has very tacky taste.
No, tachophobia. And
Go
it
on,
does
Sam.
make
Oh, a fear of tacos.
no, no, no. This does make sense.
Wait, it doesn't.
It's a fear of it does. It's a fear of speed, and I'll tell you why it makes sense because lorries have this thing called a tachograph, and it
Who knows that?
measures.
Seriously, come on.
Well, I do.
Yeah, but that doesn't make that you're old.
Oh, cheeky
Like,
bitch!
why is it not a fear of tacos? That would make sense. At
No,
least if you said to someone, I have tachophobia, like, oh, they're scared of tacos. Like, oh, they're scared of speed.
no, no.
Makes no sense.
No. Now, just whilst before we finish this segment, I know that you've done S this week, but I did find I did I did find a phobia that begins with S, and it was
You stealing
disappointing.
mine now, are you?
No, no, no. I'm gonna
Yeah, you
I'm
are.
gonna say I'm gonna try and say this one, and I think this is giving me a fear of one of your phobias that you mentioned about a fear of long words.
Oh, I know what you're
So
saying.
so you may have seen this one, but I'm gonna try and pronounce it. So it is Scappa Bobby Diddy Widdly Do Phobia.
Sounds like someone rapping,
Yes.
beat bopping.
No, you're close. You're along the right lines actually.
No, I just said you sounded like you beat bopping
Oh,
when you
so
said that.
Scappa
Oh, fear of
Bobbity.
scat.
No, Scappa Bobbity Diddly Widdly Do Phobia.
I don't know, but I've got a phobia of this word already.
It's a fear of freestyle jazz.
People do that. Dear
Yeah.
Lord.
I'm
Damn
leaving
it.
you on that one. I'm leaving you on that one. It's now time for Josh to give me a death stare as I call him a moany old bitch. And there's the stare. It's the complaints closet. Welcome
You,
back.
you are the cause of these wrinkles appearing on my forehead.
You are very welcome. Sharing is caring.
Don't share it. Don't share any more of yours, Christ.
Bitch. You are a moany old bitch. Anyway, so without further ado, it's your time to shine, Josh. What are you complaining about this week?
Shine twice on here today now.
Hmm?
That went over your head. I was on about the Pokemon segment.
Oh no, I got that. I got that.
Oh, you're just being lackluster in your reply.
No, I was thinking of something witty to say, but then I thought I better not. You'll kill me.
True. Anyway, my complaint is people who give unsolicited advice.
Go on.
Because I have this all the time. It could be, for example, say you've decorated your house or something. So someone comes round and they go, "Oh, I'm not sure about that colour." Or they'll say, "Oh, I'm not sure about that jacket." Or, "Oh, I wouldn't have painted my wall that colour." I'm like, I didn't bloody ask your opinion. If you wouldn't paint your wall that colour, don't paint your wall that colour. People keep giving unsolicited advice and it's really bothering me. Especially the ones who are like the comment on your outfit. "Oh, I would never do that." Well, I don't care. I did. Do you ever have unsolicited advice?
Occasionally, yeah, like, oh, I wouldn't wear that with that. Well, you're not wearing it. I am.
And I didn't fucking ask you. If I ask you for your opinion, then you can tell me. If I didn't ask you, shut up. Otherwise, I'm going to wait a week, and then the next time I see you, I'm going to do it to you, but I'm going to go nuclear.
Or you're just gonna
Or I'll just
turn
burn
up.
your house down.
No,
That was a
Josh.
joke.
I'm glad that was a joke.
I can't be bothered. That's too much effort. But
Well, you're always complaining about being cold.
true. But yeah, I'm just sick of unsolicited advice. So people like, even about games and stuff. "Oh, I would never play that." Why are they
Okay.
telling me these? Like, why are you telling me that? "Oh, I wouldn't
Okay,
have
well,
done
don't
that.
play it then.
I wouldn't have got that." Well, you haven't got that, have you? So shut up. It especially bothers me the ones who
It's
it could be
different
anything.
it's different if you say, I'm thinking of wearing this, or I'm thinking of doing this, I'm thinking of playing this. What do you think?
Yeah, then I'm
Then
asking for your advice or your opinion.
exactly.
I had this
And
when I got my car. They're like, oh, you got an EV? Yeah, I wouldn't have done that. Why did you get an EV? Well, I don't give a shit if you wouldn't have done it. I did. It's my car. It's not your car, is it? So why are you moaning? You haven't got to use it. You ain't gonna use it. If you ever need a lift, you ain't getting one. And I just think, like, why are you telling me, like, oh, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't be bothered to do this. Oh, but you can't travel far. Why are you giving me advice that I should be getting a different car that uses petrol or something, which is jokeable now because all the prices have gone up, and I'm just like, it's cheap for me. But yeah, I'm just sick of people giving advice when you don't ask them for it. They think
Fair enough.
they think they're so important that they can just give you an opinion.
Do you
And
think it's a lack of self-awareness, perhaps?
yeah, I just think it's those kind of people that think they're right all the time, and they just think that they should guide everybody in life when their own outfit choices are terrible or their own decorations in their house are from the 1960s.
Tinsel.
I'll let you complain now because my battery is running low from all this chatter.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, I am denied over what I was going to complain about this week, but I think I've come up with what I'm going to complain about, and it's I don't know how to put this into words, but
It better not be bodily
it's
fluids again.
no, it's not bodily fluids at all. It's I mean, you've kind of touched on it a little bit with yours, but essentially, it's people that go online on social media or a news report when there's been a car fire, and it's the people that come up with the obvious unoriginal comments of, "Bet it was an EV. Oh, it must have been an EV." No, it was a diesel car. Or no, it was a petrol car. It wasn't an EV. And it's just constant. And they think they're being funny, but they're not. They're being unoriginal. They're being tiresome. They're being boring. And when people point out, no, it wasn't an EV, it was this, they're like, well, it could have been an EV. No, it wasn't. So yeah, that's really my complaint this week. People that just come up with unoriginal comments on social media, thinking they're being this week's comedian, when it's a comment that's been said numerous times before, multiple times before,
Isn't it
by other
like
people who are
isn't
equally as unoriginal.
isn't it like every 100,000 car fires, it's like 25 of them are EVs
Mm,
out of every 100,000, and then something like
yeah,
1,500 or something of
but it's
ice
when
cars.
yeah, but it's when people make those comments, they say it must have been the electrics, and they just seem to bloody forget that all cars have electrics, whether it be electric cars or ice cars.
Plus, what would you
Because
rather be near? A sealed, airtight battery unit
hmm,
or a gigantic tank full of explosive liquid
yeah.
that
Now
one flame, the entire thing will blow up
yeah,
humongously
yeah, the car will be engulfed in fire. But
and everything around it?
absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, it's just the stupidity of some of these people that think they're being funny, think they're being hilarious, and get, oh, must have been an EV. Oh, I bet it was an EV. I bet you're an idiot.
It's the same people that say, "Oh, but you can only drive down to Tesco's and back, and then you gotta charge it."
It's the same people. It's the same people that just leave comments saying vote reform.
That's the only two comments they can do. But it was an EV, vote reform. That's it.
People that are unfunny, unoriginal, and absolutely lack the ability to think critically. And that is all we've got time for this week. We hope that you've enjoyed the show. I've enjoyed bringing it to you. Have you enjoyed it, Josh?
I have. I'm all tuckered out now from all this talking. Now I'm gonna go nap.
Absolutely. I think you've earned it talking about Pokemon for quite a bit of time there. So yes, we will see you back in a couple of weeks when we are back with our next episode. So until then, stay safe and be happy.